Hi, my name is Amber. I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for quite a while now. Um, just everyday topics. I feel like I could voice things about them. Um, Talking about things with people. Feel like maybe they feel the same way or they don't. And that brings up conversation into things. So I've been thinking about this for a very long time. So I finally started a page. Um, if you watch it, hope it helps. I hope maybe you can agree. If not, comment below. Let me know. So be it. Well, today I was going to talk about um, physicians. Um, I've had a lot of medical history my whole life. Been going to a cardiologist, which is a heart doctor, since I was 9 years old. And I'm now 23. Been through a lot of things as far as different procedures, different medications throughout my entire life, not just for my heart, but for other aspects as well. Recently, probably about 7 months ago, I was told that my thyroid was not functioning as it was supposed to be. Done blood work, levels are really low, so they decided they wanted to do an ultrasound. I had the ultrasound done, and in the ultrasound, they did find 3 thyroid nodules, which is a type of mass that you would get in or around the thyroid. So from there, they decided that they wanted to biopsy the masses to determine whether it was cancerous or non, which a couple weeks after the ultrasound, they did do a biopsy of one of the nodules, and it did come back benign. For those of you who don't know, that means it wasn't cancerous. After that, never had another appointment, never seen a doctor for anything else. There was never any follow-up. Doctor told me they could grow, they could shrink, it just depended. Never did anything else for it. Probably about a month ago or so, I went to a scheduled heart doctor appointment, normal 6-month checkup. Been doing it for years. They wanted to do blood work, in which they did, and they did test my THC levels, which are your thyroid hormone levels, and my levels were extremely low. So they decided that I needed to see my general practitioner, or my PCP, my primary care physician. So I went to see him. I scheduled an appointment, and I did see him. Now, my PCP was Dr. Michael Ori, which is a primary care physician in Vacherie, Louisiana. I've been seeing him probably for about a year now. I had Medicaid. Of course, with Medicaid, you don't have many options with doctors. A couple people from my husband's family, a couple people from my family and friends and things like that did go to him. And I figured, well, he was a known doctor to friends and family, so I feel more comfortable. I did schedule an appointment, and I did go see him. At that appointment, I brought my paperwork with me that stated the results of my blood work from the heart doctor, in which he indicated that my levels were a little low. Now, this isn't in any way to talk bad about him, but personal experience was horrible with that doctor. Dr. Ori just kind of pushed it aside like it wasn't anything. My levels were actually almost 0, and the normal range for your TSH levels are 0.35 to 4.94, in which mine were 0.03. On the paperwork from the heart doctor, it did state that the blood level was below low normal, in which he kind of wrote it off as if it was just a little. He did tell me that he could not treat what I had, which I found odd, but that was fine. He wanted me to see an endocrinologist, which is a thyroid specialist. So we decided, okay, with Medicaid, we have to find someone that takes my type of Medicaid. I then proceeded to go through all the different steps of finding a doctor that took my Medicaid. I called the doctor's office, asked them if they heard anything. Oh, well, we're still trying, but you might want to call the back of your insurance card. Well, in the past, I've had so many issues with him and the staff there that I decided, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and call the back of my insurance card now. In which I did, and they did give me a list of the endocrinologists that did take my type of Medicaid. And I waited a day or two, and I called the doctor's office back. I asked them if they had figured anything out, and they proceeded to tell me that I had to do it, in which it made me feel like they just didn't want to. So I told them that I did, and I gave them all the information to all the doctors, in which they told me I could go to Chabert Hospital, which is a charity hospital in Houma, Louisiana. And they handed me a referral. Now, some doctor's offices do that. However, this doctor in particular told me to go to the emergency room, and if they asked me if I was hurting, to just tell them yeah. That way the doctor could admit me and see me faster. Their endocrinologist there. And I did, as uncomfortable as it felt to physically go there and lie, because at the point the pain just wasn't there. It wasn't as bad as it is now. I felt like it wasn't right for me to go to the emergency room and take a person's spot that it was in dire need of being seen at that point in time, at the peak of flu season, and me be there instead of a person that needed to be. However, I felt as if I had no choice. So I did go to the ER, and I spent 6 hours at the ER, and they went ahead and they did blood work again. They did a urine sample as well, and they found that my levels were low, as my paperwork stated. So I decided, okay, so what's the next step? What are we going to do now? Is the endocrinologist going to see me? What's going to happen now? In which the doctor informed me then that the endocrinologist at Chabert's Hospital didn't have an available opening for an appointment until January of 2019. And when she said that, I kind of lost hope. So I called Dr. Ori's office back and let him know what the hospital had told me. And they kind of asked me, are you sure? Are you positive that's what they told you? And it kind of upset me because, I was there. I was sitting in front of the doctor's face when she told me. So, I told him, I said, yeah, I'm positive that that's what they told me. And, she says, well, I don't think you can wait that long, but let me go talk to the doctor and see what he would like to do. So she comes back and she says, well, he doesn't want you to have to wait that long. You can't wait that long. You need to be seen as soon as possible. So we're going to try to find you something else. In which, that's when the insurance cards and all the other things came in. So finally got all the information to them. I gave them maybe 3 or 4 days to do something with the information that I did give them to find me another doctor. It was doctors from Metairie to Gonzales to Kenner, all different places. So I gave them the 3 or 4 days, and I called them back, and I believe it was on a Friday. And she says, well, the doctor's office didn't call you yet, right? And I'm like, no. She says, well, I'm going to go get your chart. I said, okay. She comes back on the phone, and she says, well, I have your referral here, and I'm going to fax it to Tulane Hospital in Metairie. Says, okay, that's no problem. That was a Friday afternoon. So Monday comes around, and I call again. And they still didn't fax the referral. So I had to remind them, hey, look, it needs to be done. I'm starting to get where it's just getting really bad. So they said that they were going to fax the referral that Monday. That was not this past Monday, but the Monday before. Yesterday, I decided that I was going to call Tulane to see if they received it and what was going on, if the doctors had gotten a chance to look at it, any appointments or anything like that. When I called Tulane, the woman tells me that they don't accept new Medicaid patients. So I had to call Dr. Ori's office back, and I feel really bad now because I did get ugly with them. I was just extremely frustrated on the situation and how things had been and how I felt like I was getting the runaround and they didn't care. No patient should ever feel like their doctor doesn't care. No patient should ever feel like the doctor can do more. No patient should ever feel as if the doctor is making them feel like they're crazy, like they're lying to them. So I did get upset with Dr. Ori's office, and I decided, well, so be it. I'm not going to go there anymore. Personal experience, I'll never step foot back in that office. It's just not the doctor for me. So I decided, well, my husband recently, like however long ago, got insurance from his job. So I have to cancel Medicaid now. I'm going to try with his insurance. After almost 3 months of dealing with St. Joseph Medical Clinic in Vacherie, Louisiana, Dr. Ori's office, almost 3 months of dealing with this, I was finally able to make my own appointment with an endocrinologist to see what's going on with my thyroid. It really got to a point in those 3 months where I felt as if, what's going to happen? These doctors are making me feel like there's something completely wrong and I need to be seen like now. And they're not helping me. So today it was just a big relief to be able to get an appointment and not have to worry about a referral or another PCP or a general practitioner or anything of that matter. You know, I was able to make that appointment. So I guess today my life lesson was, no matter how hard the struggle is, no matter what aspect of life you're going through, or no matter what aspect of life things are brought your way, don't give up. Things get frustrating. Things are hard to deal with sometimes, and sometimes you really just want to give up. It just seems like nobody else cares. And it's hard for you to care at that time. But don't ever give up, because things can happen in a split second that can change that. And I really learned a big lesson on that today. Just the feeling of being able to know that I have a peace of mind now to start the right treatment and things that I need was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Just ginormous. So to everyone that's dealing with medical issues and things like that, don't give up. It seems like you become a human pincushion, you go through all these tests, you feel like the doctors just keep doing the same things, and it's not enough. Trust me, I understand. But don't give up. It's a long, long road, and I still have a long way to go. I've been doing this for 13 years, and I'm still here. So don't give up. And in case anybody is wondering, your thyroid is a very difficult thing to deal with. Physically, doesn't look like anything's wrong. Yeah, I have pimples and things like that, but physically, you can't tell that anything's wrong, which serves the purpose of doctors won't see or say anything, because physically on the outside, you look, nothing's wrong. Now, thyroid is something that actually controls a lot of things in your body, things that most people don't know. It's actually a small gland that's in your throat here. They call it the butterfly gland, and it controls your stomach, well, your digestive system, your heart, just your brain, muscles. I mean, almost every aspect of your body, your thyroid controls. And when your thyroid is off, your whole body is off. There's days when I can't get out of bed. There's days when all I want to do is lay in bed. There's days when I'm cooking and I can't keep stirring a pot because my muscles hurt that bad. My hair is falling out. It looks completely horrible. Like, it's ridiculous of all the things that happens. So for anybody that has any medical issues or thyroid issues or anything like that, don't give up. Keep going, because you're going to have a break. And even if you have a setback, there's always going to be something that's going to bump you forward than you were before. So I hope this video helps someone, and I hope y'all can gather information, maybe do research if y'all are having any kind of medical issues as far as your thyroid, anything like that. As I said, personal experience with St. Joseph Medical Clinic. I'll never go back there again. I'm sure there's a lot of other doctors out there that patients feel that exact same way. I know some people say, hey, look, you know, they didn't tell me what I want to hear. A doctor will never tell you what you want to hear. But a doctor should never make you feel like you're crazy or you're lying, because you yourself know exactly what you feel. So, God bless. Hope y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, wonderful year.